dreadful one.
Oof. People, good afternoon and welcome to another show. Today is Sunday the 16th. We are not having a good day today. We are not having a good day today. Tottenham Hotspurs won. Manchester United nil. Now you may think, right, that it was a very close game. There wasn't. You would think that it was a very close game, but it wasn't. It was just two relegation teams. This was a relegation six-pointer. I don't know where we are now. I don't know where we are now in the table. I don't know if you are 16th or 17th. I don't know. But I could say I was highly disgusted, highly annoyed, highly pissed off. This badge right now, I want to get a divorce. I feel to get a divorce. I mean, right now it's just not nice, not nice. But I'm not here alone. I'm here with Big Phil and Mr. International, Devin. Um, fellas, I don't know what you're gonna say, but if you all feel the need to use some foul language, it is okay. Because I think today is a day. I think today is a day we need to question from captain to cook, from the Glazers to Ineos to Ruben to the players. I think today is a day that everyone needs to be held accountable today. I don't know who wants to start because I can't
So
start.
I will just go first on this one.
Mhm.
To answer your question before what you were saying, I cannot believe I'm going to say this right now. We are 15th in the table, 1-5.
Mhm.
So like that, we are in the bottom quarter of the league.
Yeah.
If when you go by positions like that, we are only 12 points above the relegation zone right now. So
Mhm.
right now you have 18th Ipswich with 17 points. We're sitting there in 15th with a whopping 29 points out of 25 matches played.
Yeah.
So that tells you out of a possible 75 points that we could have, right now we have 29.
Mhm.
Now here's the fun one. You want to take a guess at what our goal differential is?
Negative.
Probably -2 or -3.
-7.
Hmm. Hmm.
So out of 25 matches played, we have won 8, we have drawn 5, and we have lost 12.
Hmm. That is just horrible.
So I mean, I don't I don't know what to say right now. It's shocking. We can keep on saying that we need wake up calls and all this stuff left and right, but it just seems like it keeps on falling on deaf ears. Um, it just seems like just mistakes all around, all across the board right now. I can tell you, if I'm Ruben Amorim right now, I am feeling like I really drew the short end of the straw because this man did not want to come until the end of the season, but they pretty much told him it's now board pretty much told him it's now or never to pretty
Mhm.
much sit there and then get one signing in during the January transfer window for him a left back when we know like how badly this is needed right now. And it seems to me like right now, like this is turning into not even like a fight to try to finish even in the top half because I don't think that's possible right now. This is a fight right now to even stay in the Premier League.
Mhm.
So I mean, it just seems like you wake up, bad news. You hear about okay between you hear Amad Diallo is out for the season now.
Mhm.
Next thing you hear, Kobe Mainoo is potentially out for the season as well. And so it's just like it just feels like whoever's cursing us doing something right now, it's working.
Mhm.
Um, I know you said Tottenham 1, Manchester United nil, but if you go by the season as a whole, it's Tottenham 3, Manchester United nil in all competitions.
Like,
That is shocking to me.
highly, highly. You know.
I,
I
I
mean.
am trying I am trying my best to keep this PG,
Mhm.
but I mean it's I say it all the time. We keep that red flag flying high because Man United will never die. That flag is still flying right now, but it's not as high as it normally is, and
Mhm.
it's it's times like this where it's you really just gotta dig in. But it's I hate sitting here feeling powerless about it, trying to figure out okay, what can we say to be done that we've already mentioned,
Mm-hmm.
and it feels like insanity at this point.
Mm.
And then
Yeah.
next up, because this match, my thinking with this match was, all right, we get another week between matches, another week for Amram to work with these players, implement the system, things like that. And it just turned out to be the same thing. Players were not playing well at all.
Mm.
My big criticism of this match, um, Phil, I'll let you elaborate on this one, but it's the fact that he waited till 3 minutes left in the match to bring out one of the youth players. Because I believe that we're at a point in this season where it's like, you know what, have them get a run out right now, have them get that experience, see if they can cut it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I don't even know now if we should just like okay, just fight to make sure we stay alive in the Premier League and just go all out in the cup competitions. Because I mean, it just seems like another repeat of seasons past. Because that's also the only way that we're even in Europe right now is by winning a cup competition last year.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it's just if you're going from the board going up, I mean, Ineos take over. They bring in Dan Ashworth, go through all this thing of negotiations to get him from Newcastle, pay compensation to sack him in what less than 6 months.
Yeah.
You sit there, you give Ten Hag a contract extension, which I believe at the time he deserved to at least make it to Christmas because he won the FA Cup. I will be hold my hand up. I'm not going to change on that. So obviously I was wrong, but you give him that extension. And then you sit there and you sack him right after that. So that's extra money to pay out to him. Bring in a new manager with a system these players are not used to.
Mm-hmm.
You let a lot, pretty much all the high earners, bar Casemiro, gone out to other places, and then you don't back the manager now.
Mm-hmm.
And then on top of that, you're sitting there and you're doing cuts across the board from all different departments. The only reason they backtracked on something with giving money to a disabled association was the fact of all the backlash they got from the fans. They're talking about more cuts now as well.
Mm-hmm.
And all you do is you bring in some youth, a couple youth people who technically should not even be in the first team right now.
No.
And then you bring in one left back who does look promising, but that's not backing the guy at all.
No.
And you guys are supposed to be these people who are innovators and have all this stuff going right now. And all I'm hearing about Ineos right now is negativity. Like, for example, I don't know if you all follow rugby as well. Have you heard about Ineos sponsor? You know who the All Blacks are.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So Ineos sponsor did sponsor the All Blacks, and they're in the middle of a deal with them, and they want to pull out of it early now because they can't afford it either.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all I'm hearing about Ineos right now is nothing good.
Mm-hmm.
And the irony of when you look today, anybody pay attention to what brand or sponsors were on the seats at the Tottenham Stadium today?
Yeah. Yeah. You saw it. Mm-hmm.
But I gotta let other people speak. So, Phil, you want to take over?
Oh, sorry. Oh boy, where to start? These players are a bunch of criminals because they're stealing our time and they're stealing our energy. Getting up just to watch these guys, that's stealing our time because you could be doing something more productive. And that's stealing our energy because, like, you're just using so much energy to shout at the TV.
Mm-hmm.
You're shouting at the TV, but the players obviously can't hear you. I kind of look back at the signing of Amarim halfway through the season, or even before halfway through the season. I think Amarim should have had some sort of spine or backbone to say, you know what, you guys want me, come for me in the summer, or sign right now. I will see out my season at Sporting Lisbon, and then
Mm-hmm.
come to you guys in the summer, right? Before Amarim was signed, I mentioned to many other Man United fans, does Amarim have the balls to bench the likes of Dalot and Bruno? And people are asking me why. I say because he's Portuguese, and everybody was laughing at me saying, "Oh no, that's not possible." You know, at the end of the day, Amarim wouldn't care what country you're from. And lo and behold, those two players have put up some shit home performances. They're starting every single match. Every single match. Onana as well too. Onana has been decent for half of the season, and all of a sudden, Onana probably has kept what 2 or 3 clean sheets. I think that half of the squad has to go. I'm glad that we're linked with like this 17-year-old from Sporting, Giovanni, whatever his name
Oh,
is.
Quinda or whatever.
Yeah. Um, but that's not going to be enough. I've told many people for the last couple of seasons, I'm looking forward to who we get rid of and not who we sign. Because if we're keeping the same deadwood around, that deadwood is going to sprinkle on and influence the new coming players. And soon from now, the new players will also be playing shit as well too. So I'm looking forward to who we get rid of. I have a list of players that need to go. I have a list of players that need to hold some bench, and I have a list of players that can actually make the starting 11. Bearing in mind the list for the starting 11 is very short, so maybe a starting 6 or 7, right?
Mm.
Um, I'm questioning what's the purpose of the term substitute. The reason the term substitute defines as somebody who can come off the bench and make an impact. Someone who can come off the bench because another player has gotten injured or has seen a red card. Lo and behold, the main reason for a substitute is for them to come onto the pitch, even to get some minutes in, right? Whether they're going to make an impact or they're just going to get some Premier League experience under their belt. And there's some guys that are telling me that, oh, these guys are too young, they have no prime experience. The definition of getting experience is putting them into the fire first and then they're getting exposure to the league that they're playing in. So play the use. Okay? I told a guy because I was getting back and forth WhatsApp with many other people other than this group here. I said, for the next 3 or 4 players that Man United have the ball, count how many seconds we have until the ball is taken away from us. The highest number one guy got to, I think, was 22 seconds. If we cannot keep possession of the football, then you got to ask yourself, what kind of identity is Ruben Amorim trying to instill in us, right? I said to you guys, I'm giving him half a season come next season, and I'm dead serious about that. This is not just me with the emotions, because I'm trying to figure out what this team has been trying to play for the last couple of months now, right? A lot of people expected some sort of purple patch. No, there was no purple patch. The purple patch ended when Ruud van Nistelrooy left. I am not going to sit here and be defending anybody. Not. If you play shit today or you've been playing shit for the last couple of months, I will call you out. Right? I don't want to hear about no, oh, this price tag, this and price tag that. I don't care. Whether you cost 7.5 mil or 75 mil, when you put on the jersey of Manchester United, you need to perform on the pitch for 90 minutes or however much until you're subbed off. Right? Why are you making subs at the 90th minute? You bring on a 17-year-old and expect him to make a difference. Why? That doesn't make any sense. That's going back to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And the reason we got rid of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is because he's making subs in the late minutes, in the 85th minute and the 87th minute, trying to make an impact. That is stupidness. At the end of the day, we all know that Ruben Amorim has his work cut out for him. Ruben Amorim has to take some responsibility for making some stupid decisions in the last couple of weeks. Right? Is the Premier League over for us? Yes. Can we get to 40 points? I have no idea where those next 10 points are going to come from. I have no idea. Right? Should we go and progress in the FA Cup and the Europa League and win both of those? I'll have to question if it's a successful season or not. It's a successful season in terms of, yes, we won 2 trophies, but I think the main bread and butter for every EPL fan is to win the Premier League. For you to sustain the starting 11 playing well for 38 games is totally different to a cup game, right? I'm sure if Liverpool had to play Plymouth Argyle 10 times, Plymouth Argyle will win one, and Liverpool will win the other 9 times, right? So I have to start questioning Ruben Amorim. We can't just be like, oh, he's a new manager and he came into a shit team. Yes, but you have to play the hand that you're dealt. Okay. At the end of the day, Manu is out. Ahmad is out for the rest of the season. I want to see how you will tell some of these players to step up now that Ahmad Diallo is out for the rest of the season because he was our talisman for the last couple of months. Still some inconsistencies, but Ahmad Diallo was our talisman for the last couple of months. Now that he's out for the rest of the season, how as you as a manager will adapt? I want to see.
So Phil, I want to rebuttal up on this one a little bit. I
You're frozen, Devin.
Part of me also questions if this is him sending a message to the board, where it comes in as, you know what, I told you exactly what was going to be done. You knew that I was going to play this system. You knew that I was not going to change my system to play a formation to back these players because every single other manager that has done that has gotten sacked. So he comes in and he says, I am going to play this way. This is how it goes. I need backings. I need reinforcements. You forced me to come in here midway through the season. I didn't want to come. I personally would have liked for him to come at the end of the season, Rube to take over as interim to the end of the season. That would have been my liking, but that didn't happen. So I wonder if this is him coming in and sending a message to the board, like, you see what happens when you don't back me now? The next thing that I wonder about is, are Ineos doing this on purpose so they can scapegoat him for when things go wrong and they're just trying to get out high earners for whatever reason there is? Because that seems to be a trend with them. If you look at what they've done with their other sporting projects as well. But in terms of Amorim and the substitutions, I agree with. I said it earlier. You pretty much risk us playing a majority of the match with 10 men. You knew Casemiro's legs are gone. I mean, we're still talking about one of the greatest players ever in his position, but his legs are gone, and he's on a booking already, and he was just asking to be sent off, and you're risking that. I'm trying to think now. Any players who I think could actually leave that game with their head held high? I thought that was the best performance that I've seen from Joshua Zirkzee in the United shirt yet, even though the stats won't show it. He looked like he had a message to prove. I guess you could say maybe Harry Maguire as well. But other than that, maybe a little bit of. I think our new signing was unlucky to be booked the way he was. That was a mistake from Onana. But I thought he was decent as well. Like, he was showing promise. But other than those, I mean, everybody else should have been on the verge of being hooked. And I hope in the future games coming now that we start to see more of these youth come in, give them a chance. Because I mean, if you're gonna go back, look at our history, look at Fergie's run, look at how he had to do it with kids. So who knows? We will see. But I mean, unless Amorim is properly back with his system, there's no point in keeping him after next season.
No, because I mean, it was very, very it was very short-sighted, right, of Ineos to bring him in now, knowing that he's going to change the whole entire system, because we all know, right, that he plays basically 3-4-3 or 3-4-2-1 or whatever it is,
Correct.
And you brought him in mid-season, and then come January, you knew that January was a hard, because I believe that Ineos always had their plan to bring in Ruben. I believe so, but they didn't have the I would say the balls to fight Ten Hag and bring him in June. I don't think that they had that to do it in that. I mean, I don't think so.
But do you all think this is Amorim sending a message to the board?
I don't think so.
Is more if you're a manager out there And you see what's going on with Manchester United. Why would you want to come to Manchester United? There must be some managers WhatsApp group out there. Every up and coming, plus a couple of OG managers who have seen what's going on at Manchester United. Why would you want to come at Manchester United?
I
I
mean, Van
mean,
Hall spoke on it too. Van Hall came out and said it's pretty much a cancer here as well.
mhm.
That we're more of a commercial thing than a football club. Yeah, he said it too. But I agree with that as well. But the other part to come in there, it's the allure of being the manager who could bring Manchester United back to their glory days. Because if you do that, you're known in eternity. And I
Mhm.
think I think that's the thing that excites up and coming managers. A project like this, you want to be the one that got them back.
Yeah,
And I think that's exactly what Amram was thinking.
yeah, but you see, he had the same thought that Jose had, and Oli had,
And
and
Ten
he
Hag.
had, and all of them failed.
But and so to go along with that, I mean, the more and more of the same thing keeps on happening with ownership, the likelihood of getting these up and coming managers becomes less and less. And then you keep on doing this, only a matter of time. And I mean, based on where we are on the table, it's only a matter of time before relegation specialist Sam Allardyce is the only one who's in the backing for the Manchester United job, which is
Mhm.
shocking. But obviously, something needs to change.
Yes, something does have to change. Yes, I mean, and I don't know
And
what.
raising ticket prices on fans like this when you're in the middle of a crisis on the pitch like this is not the answer either.
No, because it doesn't. I mean, why are fans paying for it? You know, why do fans have to pay? Why do
And then to
employees have
go
to?
and then to go the next thing now. I agree that Bruno and Dallo were very wasteful today, but the problem is, who else? Who else do we have right now that could play in those positions? That's not
Well,
injured.
that is the thing.
I mean, is Harry Amos ready to play?
No, but I think he would have to.
Because if you drop Dallo, then you're playing Dogru and Amos in the back.
Well,
I'm
yeah.
willing to try. I'm willing to try anything right now, buddy. It's amazing how we had Kobe Manu in the 10. It worked out well. And we know, and then in the next match we put Kobe Manu in the 9. I don't get that. I don't get that at all.
Mm-hmm.
Look, we have nothing to lose if we play the use in the team from now to the end of the season in the Premier League. We have nothing to lose. No pun intended.
I think once we are mathematically guaranteed to stay up, I agree with that statement.
Well, I mean, I don't believe that we will get
Well, it's
relegated.
it's
I
like
don't
I
believe that.
it's like I look when I pull let me pull up the table again right now. So right now, 18th place, Ipswich has 17 points.
Mhm.
We're on 29. So out of
Mhm.
13 games to go, I mean it's possible.
Yeah, it is, but
And with the way that this team is playing right now, you can't rule it out.
no, I cannot see us doing that. I mean, if these guys can't pull themselves together, I mean, come on, man. It doesn't. I mean, I can't see it. I
But
can't.
it's like I said, I think once we are mathematically safe,
Mm.
you gotta give these youth a try.
Well, I would say do it now, because honestly speaking, I mean,
Because
if you
that
look at,
it's to me it shows the current first team, and I say that in quotes right now because they're not playing like a first team. It shows them that their positions are not guaranteed. And number two, it shows okay which youth can actually stay and could also help with this now too.
Mhm,
And it also gives those youth players that are going to say experience going into it.
mhm. Well, I would say
Boy, we have nothing to lose. I am
that's my
I
point.
was for one a couple of years ago thinking that Because people used to talk about playing Victor Lindelof as a defensive midfielder. I was like, what are you guys thinking about? Just because he's a good passer of the football, obviously, that doesn't mean that he has the forward aspect covered of a DM. But in terms of like breaking up play and being physical, I don't think Lindelof has that. But shit, man, it can't get no worse. So play Victor Lindelof at defensive midfielder if you want, because I'm tired of seeing Casemiro. Boy, Casemiro, thanks, but no thanks.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm willing to try. I don't want to say I'm willing to try anything, but I'm willing to try almost other stuff that would make sense logically. Playing Kobe Manu in the number 9 position does not make sense. Playing him in the number 10 position makes more sense. If you want to put Victor Lindelof as a DM because he's a good passer to the football, okay, sure. But I mean, the injury is not going to help. They're not. Collier out, Ugarte out, Ahmad, Kobe Manu. Um,
Exactly.
yeah, not going to help. God forbid. I can't think of any player on our current team right now. If they get injured, I'm going to be up in arms like, oh shit, what are we going to do now? I literally can't. If Maguire gets injured, then Jesus Christ,
And that
it,
is sad.
it has come to that. If Maguire, because Maguire played well today, Xerxes played well today.
Mhm.
Don't get it wrong, but that's two people. There's not tennis. There's football. 11 players must do well. But
Yes, yeah.
boy, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say again. What this team. I find that today was just it was just a shit. It was. It was horrible.
And you have to call out Courtney because Courtney was saying some foolishness today in the group talking about subs and the youth and they ain't got a Prem experience.
Mm.
Courtney calling you out because you talk some foolishness in the past couple of days with regards to Hoyland
Ooh.
and also the subs ain't got no experience. Talking foolishness.
I, I, I know as well. It's up to Courtney, Is I mean, I'm to respond, you know.
Whether
But
Curtin
I
whether Curtin responds or not, I call him out. He talking shit for the last couple of days, man. Talking shit, man. Anyways,
So,
I'll let
but
somebody else.
let me ask this
all right,
question to the panel right now.
all right. Give me
It's
2 seconds, okay? Give me two
yeah, no
seconds.
problem. As hard as this is going to be right now, and this for anybody watching as well, feel free to answer in the comments as well too. Can you all see any positives from today?
Only Xerxes, and I mean Dorgu did okay, but I like the way Xerxes was linking up. Um, and in terms of Maguire was
Ashton
being
asking to join the call. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, hop on, hop on.
yeah. Maguire wasn't too bad. Oh my God, Jed Spence was Masrai, who I expect to be Mr. Reliable, was getting skin out by Jed Spence a lot today. But yeah, in terms of positives, yeah, it was only Xerxes and Maguire that was like, okay, I kind of like got out of my seat. Not literally got out of my seat, but it's more like I leaned forward a little bit to see what they could do, right? But any other player, I was just leaning back like Fat Joe, and I was like, do something, do something. As I told you guys, 20 seconds is the highest that we kept the ball for. Or Delit to Onana, Onana to Mazrari to Dalot. Dalot kicks it up, hoping to find Hoyland, give it away. Spurs have the ball again. Have the ball again. But anyway, positive Xerxes and to some extent Maguire. Where's Robert?
Uh,
I think
yeah,
I sent Ashton the link in the other group HQ.
Yeah, I was trying to see if he was in there or not.
I think he's inside there. Yeah.
Let's see. Hey, Robert, you have Ashton's number so we can get him an invite up here.
Oh, yeah. Let me see if I have the code. Well, actually, now you see, right? Ashton, if Ashton gonna come on the show, he have to understand. Don't be coming here, with no foo-foo. Because, you understand the scene. Where is he? All right. Give me 2 seconds here. Let me try and send this in first.
But yeah, to me the biggest positive was all right, there we go, right there. All right, I sent the link.
Oh, okay.
All right, Ashton, welcome.
Yeah, man, get it.
Just do me a favor, rotate your phone.
Rotate it.
There you are. I'm good.
Oi. Yes, man.
Well, to answer your question, Devin, is only one positive I see, and I could agree with Phil was Zirksy. I didn't really get to watch the whole game because I went with my daughter on a project, so I only watched first half.
Mm.
All right. Yeah, well, at least you save yourself the heartache of the second half.
That is
But,
very, very true.
I mean,
It was horrible.
well, now that you're on here as well, I was sitting here and looking at the rest of the season for Manchester United right now. We still have to play Everton away, Ipswich at home, Arsenal at home, Leicester away, Forest away, City at home, I believe. Yeah. Newcastle away, Wolves at home, Bournemouth away, Brentford away, West Ham home, Chelsea away, and Villa at home.
Well, the only positive is that these bunch of criminals, they only get up for the big games, right? So I would expect us to get a result versus City and possibly Chelsea, whether it be a draw or win, who knows? We only get up for the big games or the teams because that's a bunch of criminals we have here.
When is City next? When we playing City next 4 games?
No, we play City. Let me see now. April 5th.
Oh, we gotta wait till April to get our next 3 points.
3,
Jesus
4,
Lord,
5.
boy.
So we got 6 matches before that.
Right, that's 6 matches, right?
I mean, looking at this.
We don't have a senior player on the bench, right? And City's in next 6 games. It's very unlikely that these 11 could play next 6 games full 90 minutes because, as I see today, I have no intentions of playing a youth man for at least 25 minutes or 15 minutes. So, we know injuries going and come again. So, what will happen when we reach City now?
Oh, and by the way, that was just in the Premier League. I did not include the cup competitions as well.
I see. So you don't know what's going on. No, this is the time. I think that them youth men supposed to be getting at least a 15 minutes, a 10 minutes self to try and gel with the senior players. Even since the transfer window was going on. Because you know you're loaning out players. You're supposed to be promoting them youth men and gain them little game experience and trying to gel in the Prem itself. So when time we in this predicament right now, they're supposed to be stepping up to the plate. But right now, you're not playing none of them. So how you want them step up?
I mean, they can't. And then you what? And then remember, right, these are the ones now who have to learn this system for the next, well, next what, 2 3 years? If he is still
Come
here.
on.
Well, I think he's only on a 2-year contract anyway. So
But then you see that in itself, I find to make sense. You bring him on for a 2-year contract, and he's playing a drastically different style of football to every manager that has come before. And do they have a plan for after Ruben? Because you can't tell me, right, that we're gonna have this 3-4-3, and then in 2 years' time, if he's still here, and then he leaves, are we gonna go right back to the 4-4-2 or the 4-5-3-1 or the, you know, I don't know. I just find that
I feel Ruben was a scapegoat now because and is as Devin said when I was watching it, is that like he trying to send a message and I feel his mind games playing with Ineos and Ruben Amorim because if you get here a 2-year contract, that means to say like you have no long term intentions with him. You're just trying to game a tryout to see what's going on. And Ruben now like he picking up on it and saying, yeah, what if they want to go, I go play hardball at all because Ole give me a 2-year contract and Ole not even backing me in the transfer window for me to get the players to execute my job. So he know watching it as if Ole want to go wrong that way, I go wrong that road. I'm not doing nothing to suit Ole, I doing it my way.
Yeah, I understand that, but that in itself doesn't make sense. It all it does it hurts the club at the end, because you're
Correct.
going right back down the same Ten Hag, the same Jose, the same thing. I mean, I agree with everything. We should just let Rude keep the team
Come
until
on.
June, and then
Got
and then
facts.
and then bring Ruben. But you see, I also believe that, remember, right? We had competition because Liverpool was after him,
Mm.
City was after him, and I'm not too sure if there was rumors of Barcelona. I don't know.
So City were after him. Barcelona were after him to replace who was before Hansi Flick? Xavi, right? So City were after him because they thought he would be the heir to Pep Guardiola. Barcelona were also after him to replace Xavi. Bayern Munich were after him before
But
Vincent
that was not
Kompany,
them.
while West Ham were also after him. Chelsea were also after him, and Liverpool were also after him.
Right.
Mm.
So they went after him to keep him from everyone else because, I mean, let's all be real. Would any coach who would choose between us and Barcelona?
But Robert, here's the thing, right? If Ineos had agreed to Ruben Amorim staying at Sporting Lisbon until the summer, I would have no problem with that,
Right.
I would have no problem with that. But
Mhm.
they forced this guy to
Yes.
come into this quicksand of a football club
Mhm.
in the not even before half. Cause he came in November?
Uh, yeah.
Either
October.
November or October, because
Yeah.
he didn't come. He didn't come exactly halfway through the season,
No.
right?
Mm.
If Ineos had agreed to that, you know what? You see out your term at Sporting Lisbon, play the Champions League games, and try to win the Portuguese league, and you come in on a high. While you have the possibility of bringing in other players from Sporting Lisbon into Manchester United, let's be real. As I mentioned, if you're a Manchester United, if you're a manager on the outside looking in, watching what's going on at Manchester United, you have to ask yourself if Ruben Amorim can't do it, if Jose Mourinho, Van Gaal, Ten Hag couldn't do it, what makes me think I can do it, right?
Hubris.
Correct.
These guys have humongous egos. You understand?
it goes back to what I said earlier in it.
Mhm.
They're saying that I go in history if I bring them back.
Exactly. But they don't understand
That is the only thing that can
that
draw
they're
a top manager to Manchester United at this point.
yeah, because they all chasing down that Ferguson legacy. Because Ferguson is a legend because of what he did. He is where he is because of what he did. He came here and rebuilt everything. And now he's a legend. And now people want that. But I think the world has changed. That kind of thing it can't happen again. You know, people no longer have that patience. There's too much social media. There's too much talking. Players have too much power now. I think the whole dynamic has changed. You know,
Well,
so
I mean, as much as I want to sit here and keep on talking about this game and getting more and more depressed, uh, we do have a
What?
next match coming up on Saturday
hmm
against one of our former managers.
yes, yes,
When we
yes.
take on Everton, who we beat 4-0 the last time we played them
hmm
in Amarim's first Premier League match at Old Trafford.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Now you see the messed up thing, is that which team is gonna show up? That is my thing. Like, which team will show up? Is it this team, the team that played City, the team that played Liverpool, or is it the team that played whoever in the cup? I don't know. You know,
Well, by the game today, you're supposed to know because you know what they always say, Casemiro have no legs,
right?
and we have nobody to replace him for him to get a rest. We
hmm
have no other person on the senior team to say, well, all right, because Ruben Amorim, since he come, he never play a consistent 11 in back-to-back games. He always switching up players. Now he don't have the bench to do that. So we don't know what's going to happen. And Everton in a high form right now.
Yeah, it is true. That is true.
So
But
it's either we go and we play Vanguard game, defend whole day, and counter attack or something, or we go out there with guns blazing and we get four.
mm, if no, I do not believe that David Moyes, right? Now, to be fair, right? To be fair to David Moyes, right? To be fair to David Moyes, in Ferguson last season, right? David Moyes did almost beat us 4-all. Because I remember that game. It was 4-all. It was a
Mm-hmm.
crazy game. However, to be fair to the players at the time, we were all on the beach. The league was already done, right? So they had nothing to play for. But this time around, I I I, I hate to think that that is what these players will do. I mean, I just think Ruben needs play a system. I'm not saying no, don't change the system, but I say fireburn the people, right? Fireburn people like Dalo and and um and Bruno and Casemiro and Hoyland, right? Every player that you know that don't make sense, take them out, put them on the bench, put a youth player there, and let the youth man play. Because that is how you get experience. You can't get experience if you're not playing. Yeah, you have to play.
Correct.
You have to play. You know,
Come
I mean,
on.
that's what I'll do because you can't get if you go there, right? I mean, and you play the youths and you lose, so be it. But it'd be worse if you go there and you play this team and we lose. At least people could say, you know what, we play the youths, and the man try something, and you lost. But it's worse to lose with these guys. It's worse. It's worse.
And we will be less frustrated because
Exactly.
we know what to expect from the first team, but they're not giving it to us. So our
Mhm.
expectations will be lowered if you
Right.
see the likes of Chido and Heaven and Kone
Mhm.
and Harry
Mhm.
Amas on the
Mhm.
pitch, right? Because if they do a foolishness, cool. But if it's the likes of the first teamers who are getting paid upwards of 200,000 and who have been at the team for X amount of years and they're doing foolishness, the blood pressure go raise, Robert. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I can't got the blood pressure raising at my
Right,
age. I'm
right,
sorry.
You know,
facts.
because because I can't see the performance being worse with those youth men in the team. It can't be worse. It can't be worse. Because you would have the few youths in there, and then you still have the guys who have the experience, and let's
Mm-hmm.
have them on. Because to watch the fake Ronaldo, right, miss a point blank shot, I don't believe that Obi would have missed that. For the very least, he'd have hit the target. For the very least, he'd have hit the target. You know what I mean? So, if that was heaven and heaven miss, okay, fine, you could say, what, no problem. But it's very, very different when
It's
it's seasoned
And
people.
well, the one thing that I look at it is we've already introduced one youth in the midfield this season in Toby Collier.
Yeah.
Obviously, that was forced on through injury, but we could do the same thing with Obi now as well.
mm-hmm.
I know you mentioned Heaven as well, but I still want to see Harry Amos get a chance. I really do.
Yeah.
But I just can't see that happening now until we are guaranteed safety in the Premier League. Or unless Dallo or Doru goes down injured.
Well, somebody, right, have to go.
Hopefully that does not happen. So
I don't know.
I don't want anybody to come in here saying that I'm wishing that on somebody. So
Somebody needs to
Mm-hmm.
go and call Paul and apologize. That's all I'm saying. Go and call Paul and apologize now. Right? I don't
that's
believe
the I've heard that talk as well going around too. And the way I look at that is
Let me ask a
he would
question.
have to take a performance based contract, not a lump sum per week, in order for me to be on board with that.
Well, no. You don't come
So
back. No.
what?
You don't come back. No. We just ask
What?
you to take the
I
ball from under the pitch. Right?
I
That's
don't mind you
all.
coming back.
No,
I
he
don't mind
can't
you
come back.
coming back.
No.
But what is a fair salary to give him? As Devin say, you can't give him a lump sum.
No. He can't come back here. All I'm saying is apologize. Tell him to tell his mother, whoever, to go on the pitch, dig up the bone, and move it. That's all. It's stay where he is. I don't want him back here. No. No. Because to me, that is like going back with your ex after you already see your ex pass through how much other man after you. It makes no sense.
And this should be going back for the third time as well.
For the third, what will be different? There's nothing new. There's nothing new. There's nothing. No, you're doing
What's that Patrice Roberts song, Toxic Love? Yeah,
Thank you.
that comes to mind. Yeah.
Right? No. No, we just want you to come and remove the curse. That's all we want you to do. Move the curse. That's it. And just give my juice and say, God bless. You
That
understand?
was going before Pogba come back. So whoever
Maybe.
play, they have to move it.
I got to ask a question. When is our next cup match? Because that's the only thing I'm looking forward to right now.
So we play Fulham next in the cup, and that is
Oh, haram.
We play Fulham March 2nd at Old Trafford.
Yeah.
And remember, we barely beat them the last time that we played them.
Right? But I
It
believe
took a wonder strike from
Sandro.
from Licha to win that.
Yeah.
I believe
So that means that Traore is going to come for that match looking for revenge, even though Licha won't be there.
mm-hmm. But I believe Everton is a ideal game for the youths and them to get some time to
No,
to get some
absolutely not.
period.
No,
I feel so. I feel so.
away
Reason being,
at Goodison.
they're hungry. They want to play. They're hungry right now. So when it's time to meet them other teams who we accustomed struggling against. The youths and them will have the experience, a little bit of what they get, they will have it for when we reach them other teams. So I feel Everton is a ideal team because just as hungry as them users, Everton is hungry too because they need points also.
Exactly.
So
It's
I feel Everton. Eh?
Devin,
it's
it
gonna be
can't. Devin, it can't get no worse. It can't get no worse, Devin.
No.
Sorry, it can't
I
get no
mean,
worse.
I hear exactly everything that you're saying. But if you look at the resurgence of Everton under David Moyes right now, and they're in their last season at Goodison Park, and you look at their run of fixtures that they just drew with Liverpool in a epic match for all time. They just beat Crystal Palace as well, who we seem to struggle with as well. So we're going in there next week with that. The only youth that I could really see getting in is Cheeto.
Yeah, but
I don't know how long Collier is out for, but he would if he's fit, he gets a look as well. But if you're talking from what we had today, I could see Cheeto coming in.
Well, I just watching it from past experience because when Rashford break on the scene, nobody did know about him now.
no.
It's like I
Until
said
Van
that
Gaal game that game against Midtjylland at 8:70 when he come and he scored the double, and then that was it. On all the man debut, he come and score. So
so
I
that
mean
and
that.
that's why I took into consideration Cheeto when I said this.
So drastic times call for drastic measures, and if we have to take it against Everton, it's better we do it now than later down the road.
So it's
Because all you have to fix is your call, right? I'm sure Everton is the one that we more likely to get points from.
I mean when you look at our next fixtures coming up, I had it pulled out here. Okay. So we got Everton, and then after that we got Ipswich at Old Trafford.
Right?
I could sooner see that game being the one to play to experiment more with the youth, because I mean with that one,
Mm-hmm.
so long as you could shut down what's his name, Liam Delap, you should be okay there.
Yeah.
Right. But just remember, Ipswich gives Aston Villa a 1-0 draw with 10 men.
Yeah, I hear exactly everything that you're saying too.
We beat
And
Everton 4-0 and we struggled to beat Ipswich.
remember that was also a Sean Dyche Everton as well.
Yeah, it's
You
correct.
take that into
All right.
consideration as
Fair
well.
enough. Fair
Yeah.
enough.
Because Everton right
But
now
also,
are going under a proper new manager balance, which we did not have. So we have to consider that.
but,
Well,
but
kind of new. I say in quotes because he came out a second time, but you know
Yeah.
what I mean.
also, Southampton don't get relegated. Ipswich have a chance of survival. So them need points as well.
Well, they have nothing
But
to
I
lose, so
think
they're going to go for
Southampton
it
needs
every
double
match.
figures as well.
Mm.
Correct.
Ipswich.
Yeah,
So they're more hungry than everything else. I think Southampton on 9 points or something. They didn't even reach 10 points yet.
yeah. So the
But
two
Ipswich
teams
have a
right
chance of
now.
survival.
But Ashton, Southampton gave us real trouble when they play us at Old Trafford a couple months ago. Southampton gave us
Correct.
real trouble, boy.
Correct.
And
Yeah.
it's only last 10 minutes that Ahmad get a hat trick, right?
Yeah. Correct.
Facts.
Correct. And that's what I'm
So
saying. You bring on the youths and you see what happens because again you can't get any worse than you are now. You can't get any worse. Even if we lose against Everton, right? I rather lose against Everton where we play the youth first and we lose the game than we play these criminals and we lose the game. Let me lose the game with a peace of mind for once. For once. You
But
know
you
what I'm
know
saying?
the part to me that is probably the most upsetting about these next run of fixtures coming up is it's not like you're playing that many games in between.
No. You have a whole week off.
Well, for this
Mm-hmm.
Everton match, yes, you have a whole week off, but then for the Ipswich match, then you have 4 days break. Still enough time to recover and everything, get ready for it.
Yeah. So I have a question. What are these guys really and truly learning in training? Because it seems to me that these guys learn nothing.
It seems to me that these players, they'll sit out there, they'll go through the training system, the training pitch, they'll do everything that they're supposed to with that. Come the match time, all of a sudden they get a little bit of adversity and they crumble.
Yeah.
And we have said this now for how long. These players, I think, are mentally weak.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're naturally gifted as football players, but their mentality is weak.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean,
And you look at, I'm trying to think now, the last like real, like truly footballing person we had in there, that could lead people, was probably Edinson Cavani.
Mm-hmm.
And then before that is Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, all right. Well, I'll
You took off Ronaldo, right?
well, you see, I would have said that, but that is a very tricky thing to talk about. You understand?
You are correct in that standpoint, but the problem with Ronaldo is that he tried to motivate those players to have him emulate what he does, but those players thought they knew more than him.
Yeah. Especially
After Robert asked the question, I have a small
Sorry,
question.
I stand corrected. The only one who pretty much did what Ronaldo was doing was Garnacho, because he idolized him. Everybody else, no.
Yeah, but the man still can't score a goal. Score a goal. Just kick the ball in the net. It's right there.
No, idolizing someone don't mean to say that you'll do exactly the same thing they do, You
But
just try
the
it.
problem with that was when he was there, when Ronaldo was there with Garnacho, you could see like he had him pretty much was mentoring where he was going. But then he left. Garnacho was in there left on his own, kind of went back to his roots.
All right.
Because we all know that there's a player there in Garnacho, but he does not have. I don't think he has proper mentorship still to help him get there.
All right.
But it's also to a point where how long do we keep on putting up with it?
True. Well, I have one question for all of you.
We have no other sense now. Yeah.
Because we have a few minutes left. So, now here's the question: with everyone fit, with all players fit, and with this current formation, what is our best 11 with all players fit, current formation? And I know based also on performance, because it's not just about your name; it's about how you perform in the position.
All right, so we're saying all the players that are there, not including who are on loan, right?
No, not on loan. Forget those.
Okay, so the ones who are there left, there.
Yes, right now.
All right.
Everybody.
If we're gonna do this right now, I'd actually start with Bayendir and goal.
Right.
The back three now, you're looking at De Ligt, Licha, and is the Ligt and Licha for sure. Actually, you know what? I'm putting Harry Maguire in there because he's been playing. He's been playing well. He's been playing well this season.
All right.
So now you're looking at Ugarte and Kobe in the middle. On the wings now, you got Ahmad. Then
you're stuck.
No, Mazraoui.
Okay.
Because for the now you play up three. Now for the front three, you guys could jump in on this as well too.
No. I already disagree with you, on a few. But
you already disagree?
Yeah, I disagree with Mazraoui because Mazraoui is best in the three. You either have left or right with.
So would you take out Maguire then?
I would take out Leacher and put Delit, Harry Maguire, and Maswari. Because to me, Maswari does not make sense as a left wing back or right wing back. Doesn't make sense.
Now it's the front three that I struggle. So you obviously you're gonna play Bruno. You have to put Bruno in
No,
there.
I'm not putting Bruno. Bruno
I
doesn't
not
make
playing
sense.
Bruno neither.
And then Kobe is not even playing next to Ugarte. I put
Kobe, Ahmad, and Zirkzee.
Toby next to next to Ugarte.
So I would do Collier, Ugarte. Then in front of them would be Zirkzee, Ahmad, Kobe.
Who are your two on the wing?
Yeah.
The wing backs,
Yes.
Dorgu, and so Robert. The only reason I would play Masrari at the right wing back because I'm tired of seeing Dallo, Robert. I'm tired.
Yes.
See what and
That's
you
right.
see exactly
I
why
agree
was
with Phil. I agree with Phil. That's why I will leave
That's
Lisa in the back.
exactly why
I get where Robert is coming from with regards to
Maswari's best
Masrari.
position
Masrari
is
in the
the
back
right
three.
back in the
Do
three.
you see why?
I
I
don't.
put him out there now?
I
That was
don't
exactly what I
disagree with you,
think was.
Robert. But Robert, I'm fucking tired of Dallo, Robert.
I know.
Tired of Dallo, Robert. I know
That's
if
why
you
you put
tired. I know
Ahmad
if
there.
you tired of him, but
No,
I'm
I am.
tired, Robert.
That's why you put Ahmad.
And that is exactly why I did not put Mazraoui in the back three from the beginning. That right there.
If you choose to put Ahmad as the right wing back and Masrari in the back three, okay, fair enough. Then my two up top will be
Well, you need three up top.
Kobe,
Right.
Zirkzee. Wait, I said I put Ahmad at the right wing back, right?
Yeah.
Right, so it'd be Kobe, Zirkzee, and probably Garnacho or something like that.
I definitely not putting Bruno in my squad. Sorry to say.
No.
So who
You're
would
not
be
making it.
who would be in his place?
Right?
Yeah, either
Just now, let me just ask you about one simple thing. Is we basing it on this form of the season right now?
correct. We basically
Well, all right. To me,
all players fits on
right,
form.
on current form. To
All
me,
players
if you don't want to start Nacho up top, I will put in Ericsson.
All right.
With Ericsson, with Kobe and Xerxes up top. Because Ericsson start off the season excellent, and just start to get dropped. Because Bruno have to fit in the squad.
Right.
Because when you play Kobe and Ugarte there, you have to play Bruno up top. When you're playing Amara and Nacho up top, you have to put Bruno in the back. That's the reason why Ericsson keep getting dropped. And I'm telling everybody, they saying Ericsson have no legs, but I'm putting Ericsson in my team. You don't need pace to win a game. You don't need pace to control a game.
But to play Amram system, you do need pace.
Yes. But that's why you have subs.
Right.
So,
So I will put Ericsson up there because he is better at set pieces, at passing, long or short. So I will put Ericsson up there because sometimes Nacho seems to get tired fast and he does be malfunctioning when he reach in front of goal.
Yeah. I love it. Yes.
So Mino and Ericsson up there because Mino could pass when he is ready. I'm not saying he is that perfect, but he could pass.
Now, if we do decide to play, now let's say we decide to play Masrari at right wing back, right? My back three would be it'll be Maguire in the middle, Delit on his right, and Licha on the left, and then Dorgu on the left wing back, right? And then my midfield would be Collier and Ugarte. Then above them would be Ahmad and Menu, and then above them, striker would be Xerxes.
Facts. Agree with that.
So we're all in agreement as well that Onana is dropped.
No,
because not one person disagreed with me with that. So.
All right. Reason.
I'll put him in.
Reason reason
Well,
I can't reason why I can't agree or disagree definitely is because I never really see Bayern in the Premier League to say like because cup games and Premier League is two different kind of tensions, right? So I really can't say for sure. But if it's the current form, as
yeah,
Robert said, I feel Onana getting dropped.
yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
I'm on the fence with Bayender Onana.
I
Onana
would, yeah.
Bayender has made up for the shit he did versus Spurs in the cup games, definitely.
Mhm.
But I
So
haven't seen Bayender in the Premier League, so
Yeah, but
so
I would also
that is
put
the mistake. I would like to see him in the Premier Leage though.
mm,
Agreed.
yeah,
I would like to.
I think he's earned that chance to get it.
Correct. And especially as I say, look, Ipswich coming up, I feel he could really get a little play. But I ain't see him in the starting oil on the bench today, so I know if he injured.
Well, he said something about that a couple of matches ago that he had something going on there. But
mm.
well, I mean, we also have another keeper as well, in Tom Heaton. But
Yeah, he's still there.
he's more of he's more of a coach right now than anything else.
So let me just ask this quick question. For Casemiro starting a game for the year,
Mhm.
first game for the year, how well you think he did?
Poor.
Casemiro.
The problem with Casemiro is that it's father time's catching up to him.
Yeah,
Not everybody can be Cristiano and play into their 30s and 40s at that level.
Mm.
If you look at what Casemiro's game is based on, he needs to have the pace and the stamina for that. You notice how he's always late to challenges and everything when normally he would not be doing that in seasons past, aka his first season and a half at our club.
yeah,
So that's the problem like with that. So I mean, as much as I hate to say this as a United fan, when I saw Casemiro on the squad, the first thing I did is I went on my betting app and I played Casemiro to be booked.
yeah.
Wow. No,
And
I
I mean,
can't.
and I hate to say it, but I mean, I have to be realistic
I can't.
Mm.
because
No, I
I
can't
know
disagree with you.
because I know how he plays, and I know he's gonna be late to challenges and everything like that.
Mm.
And so,
True.
like maybe in like a cup competition, if we're playing a side that's a couple divisions below,
Yeah.
that's the time to bring him in at this point in his game.
like
Mhm.
Plymouth Argyle.
Yeah.
So that's the problem with that. I cannot it's you have to really have an injury crisis to bring him in, which also leads me to question why did Ericsson not play in his place today?
Ericsson wasn't even on the bench neither.
Mhm.
So I don't know what is he injured or something? I don't know.
It
I
was
didn't check.
it was his birthday.
Really?
That doesn't matter.
Eh,
But
all I
was it?
watch the whole 90, right?
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Right. I watch the first 45 and I find Harry Maguire carry that ball through the midfield way better than Bruno.
Harry Maguire has come leaps and bounds since being stripped of the captaincy. He has improved. He has a bozo moment. I don't want to say every now and then, but his bozo moments are not as often as when he was under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Let's put it that way.
No, no.
The thing when it comes to Harry Maguire is he needs to be the example for all these modern footballers on how to overcome adversity.
Correct.
True.
Where instead of sitting there and crying out to social media or trying to
Mm-hmm.
have your agent put out this or whatnot, or the new thing is claiming mental health, which I know is a real thing, but I feel like it's a get out of jail card for a lot of people, more so than that. He put his head down, went to work, said, "I want to show why I'm here," and did it. That and yes, Sancho and Rashford, I'm looking at you with this one. That needs to be
Freedom.
the example. That needs to be the example
Yeah.
of
Sancho
what you
got
do
freedom,
when you get
Devin.
hurt.
Sancho got freedom.
You want freedom, man? He's that place now.
But yeah, but Harry Maguire has earned so much respect from me for that. Like
Yes,
it's
yes.
crazy. You want to talk
So
about redemption? That the redemption song? Yeah, that's Harry Maguire right now.
Well, I think I don't know if we got time on the podcast, and maybe next podcast we should go through it, but we gotta discuss who needs to leave in the summer.
Correct.
I will start with Casemiro.
Oh Lord, next one.
I will start with Bruno.
Don't worry, man. Don't worry. Next meeting.
And I will continue with Lindelof.
Oh Jesus!
Oh,
You know what? We can do it right now. So
Oh Lord, up to Robert or Devin, what do you want to do?
no, don't worry, man. The next show, definitely. Next show, we will go into it. You understand? Definitely next show. We definitely have to go into that because I think we need to go and tell that man.
Right now,
what we're going on.
I feel Devin List to get rid of in the summer longer than he goes shoeless.
So this what we will do for the next show. We'll probably have a little share screen and sit there and just have the listing of all the players.
Keep
We'll come through it and we
keep
will
Ben
say,
Sell.
Keep on selling.
Oh yeah, yes, definitely. You know, but people, it was a great show today.
Where's Courtney?
well, he actually he I guess he took next week to today.
Yeah.
Because he responded right.
Where is Courtney?
Courtney had to be on the show next week.
Yes.
And come and defend yourself, Courtney. Defend yourself. And don't
Courtney,
talk about about
here's your
your
time now. Here's 1 week notice now. Clear your schedule. Do what you have to do.
Yeah,
and yeah.
Yeah, so go and call B Mobile and fix your internet.
This will be the time right now. And anybody else that you guys want to call out that has to be on the show.
I'm not sure what next week because I have an event in the Oval to work, so I'm not sure.
All right.
So Phil was saying Courtney has to be there. Anybody else?
Come and answer for your crimes, Courtney. Calling you out, no. Win or lose, come on the podcast.
You understand? Oh yeah. But thank you again for everyone to coming on. Well, coming through. Got no big Phil here in the snow, but that's what you get for being in Canada, right?
Yeah.
Send me Canada. Come down the road. You understand? Be in the sun.
Correct.
Mr. International, I don't know where you're going tomorrow evening. I don't know if you'll be in Dubai or in Sri Lanka or I don't know where you'll be tomorrow. Where will you be tomorrow, Devin?
I will be in Florida.
You see, man, always somewhere. He always somewhere. Always on some plane somewhere. Don't worry.
Hey, you got one life to live. Enjoy it.
Definitely.
I am a big believer in work hard and party harder.
You understand? Yeah, you understand.
Watch out, Robert. I'm sure if Devin too long, you're going to see YOLO no.
Oh gosh, but people was nice.
A little call out right now for this one. Speaking of Mr. Worldwide coming up, if you've seen Manchester United's latest promo for the I Love United watch party, just pay attention to who's featured in there. That's all I will say.
It's definitely not Courtney.
What could I say? Trying to make sure the channel gets international recognition. So we'll see what we can do.
Of course. Of course. And to everyone in the chat, the Courtney, make sure bring yourself. Yeah, and to everyone, you make sure like the video, share the video, comment below. We still have the competition with the signed Garnacho jersey. You make sure hashtag the United Hour in the comments for your chance to win. Win the jersey. It's still there, and the competition is still going strong. And as we say, Devin, how do we go out on this video?
I know times are tough right now, but you gotta keep holding on. We have overcome tragedy for this club. We've had adversity in the past, but good times will come. You just have to keep holding strong. We'll keep that red flag flying high because Man United will never die.
Never. People, good afternoon.
Hey, if you appreciate what we're doing here at the United Hour, please like, please subscribe, and let's grow this community.